hello everybody. I'm salty because matchmaking at this time of the day on EU is horrendous. So I've just had two of the most miserable games I've ever experienced. Oh, okay, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit. Okay, hello everyone. I hope you're all doing good. So got some interesting things going on in game today. Let's roll those. First of all, they released a new gathering tool, which is an AoE gatherer. Yeah, seriously. There's an AoE glyph in the game now, and it costs 1,000 gems because it comes tied with like a new mining pick, which is a bit silly. But I guess I can't remember what I actually had. I think I need to get all those skins for Master. So that's going to be a lot of money and a lot of effort over time. So I figured I'd pick that up because I'll get the skin, and then at the same time I can get the glyph, and it's really strong for like the for the home instances. It's nuts. I can't wait to show you guys. So yeah, we'll have a look at that, and we'll get the Sky Scale eggs today. We'll do that, the third of the run around the maps. We did one yesterday where we were administering medicine. What was the first one? What was the first idea? I'm in game right now, so I know you guys can't see. Oh, it was just find the scales of the diseased guys. Then it was administer the medicine. And then it was, and now it's find their eggs. Okay, so we're going to run around and find their eggs. And then we'll finally be at the first time gate. So another big frustration for me today is the video is done, it's finished, and it was finished a while ago. Okay, it was finished a while ago, but it was a huge it's like an hour and 20-minute long video. Okay, it was a huge render and a huge, I kind of went like this is like one of those classic patch reviews. It's not like a lazy one that's quickly done. It's like got all the audio's cut in and stuff. So it's a huge video. It took ages to render, and I was uploading it, and I was exhausted at about 10 PM last night. So 10 hours ago, alright, I was exhausted, and the video wasn't very far away from being uploaded. I could have posted it ages back, right, if I just stayed up a bit later, but I was really tired, so I thought, do you know what? I'm just gonna go to bed. All right. So I went to sleep, fell asleep off to the land of nods, and I think, right, well, what I'll do is I'll probably wake up a bit early, which is true. I woke up about 2.5 hours ago. Okay, and the second I wake up, I'll just post it and I'll be done. So anyway, I wake up. I was a little bit slow. I get to the PC. I post the video, make the thumbnail, you know, do all the SEO and all that kind of stuff. Post it, and it's online for about 30 seconds, and I refresh the page, and I'm like, wait, 3 views? That's not right. What's going on here? And I realize something's amiss. So it takes me a couple of seconds, and I realize the way I work, right, is I have my main YouTube account logged in on Chrome, which is what I use normally, and then I have my second YouTube account, my Wooden Potatoes 2 account, on Firefox. So if I'm ever doing something for WP2, I upload on Firefox. If I'm ever doing something for WP1, I upload on Chrome. It makes sense, right? It's a good idea. So I'm doing this, and for some reason, Chrome is logged in on WP2 today, which is actually the more default of the accounts, which is kind of weird. I don't know why, but that one's like the default. So I don't know what happened, but it meant that last night when I clicked upload on Chrome, it didn't upload to my main account. It uploaded to WP2. And in like the first couple of seconds that the video was live, it only got a couple of views, and I realized no one would see it, and they'd think it's just a stream VOD, and and it has to be on the other channel. There's no way of transferring a video from one channel to another on YouTube, as far as I know. That would be a cool feature, but as far as I know, there's no way of like swapping ownership. So what you have to do is you have to delete it on the channel that you like, and then you have to re-upload it on the channel that you want. So I've been uploading again, and my frames are a little bit low right now because, well, we're getting a little bit, yeah, we're dropping frames, I guess. My frames aren't bad, but we're dropping them in the stream because I'm uploading. In fact, I'll put that on pause. It's going to need another 54 minutes, and then it's going to need all the time to process as well, and blah, blah. So, yeah, I'm feeling a bit rotten. Bit lame. Little bit lame. Okay, and then another thing I want to talk about with Guild Wars 2 Master, okay? Which I was supposed to mention on the very first stream, and I forgot. Okay, so I did a YouTube video announcing Master, and there was one crucial piece of information that I deliberately withheld from that first video where I announced the Guild Wars 2 Master streams, right? There's one crucial detail that I left out. And I left this detail out because I wanted people to take the project seriously, and I wanted people to give it a real shot. I didn't want to undermine it in any way, which I knew I would if I left this crucial bit of information in there. So, here's the crucial bit of information for Master. I'm not committing to Master... I mean, maybe this goes without saying. I'm not committing to Master for the rest of my life until it's done, okay? Do you remember how we decided that we were going to try the 3-month break at the start of 2019 and see if I was more productive and stuff like that and see how I felt? And it was just going to be 3 months, and if the 3 months did nothing, then fine, whatever. But it was going to be 3 months and a change-up, right? That ended up being like 4.5 months, didn't it, in the end? But so I'm going to I have the same outlook for Master. So Master, I'm going to do for, we'll bump it up, it was originally going to be 3 months, but I'll bump it up to 4, okay? We're going to do Master for 4 months, all right? And we'll just see how, so it's like this is a season of Master, okay? And we're doing it for that, and then if it's really fun and I found a good rhythm at the end of it, we'll keep going, obviously. Same as the leaving the stream thing. But that's the idea. We're going to do it for 4 months, and then we'll, like, reevaluate at that point or whatever. Or I'm always evaluating, and we're leading up to that, okay? So it's like a season of Master that I'm doing. I quite like it working in seasons. A season of Game of the Day, a season of AP of the day. Do it until it feels... And that, like, makes me comfortable moving away or whatever at a certain time. So that is a thing that I've got on my mind, right? Like, because this video... to be honest, there's been a lot of really legit excuses for this, why this video has taken ages to come out. And it's kind of just been a disaster for certain things. But I can't ignore the fact that the second I come back to stream, the YouTube channel has pretty much died for a whole week. I can't ignore that fact. So, yeah, that was brought into stark remembrance for me very recently in light of that. And so, yeah, it's a couple of months, and then if it's a terrible idea doing daily streams after those few months, we'll see what's up. But yeah, that's the idea, and that was something I was supposed to say on the very first stream. I was going to withhold the information on the YouTube video to get you all here, and then I was going to point out, oh, by the way, this is maybe only for like 4 months. So, yeah. Alright, so, let's go in game. There's a few things I want to show off in game. Oh, no, there we go. That's working. Alright, so where am I? I'm at one of the Griffin Master courses. Now, why am I here? There is a mini in the game. The mini Griffin? Maybe it's a Griffin hatchling. I think it's just a Griffin. But there's a mini Griffin in the game that you only get from finishing these adventures. You can't buy it on the TP. It's not in unlockers. It's only here. And if we want all the minis, we've got to get lucky with this. So I'm thinking we can put a couple of these races in. We can, like, open these streams with the odd Griffin adventure. I don't think you need gold. I don't think it comes out of the gold box. So I'll just try and find a really easy one, and we'll go from there. I thought that this one was quite easy, but because the ones on this map don't actually require you to have those masteries, do they? So, like, this is very inefficient, what you're watching I'm doing right now, but it might be a good idea. Dark says, I love these, can I join? Yeah, you can join. You can type /join list for a party if you want. I mean, I don't mind. Plus, I think that genuinely, this is some of the best content in Path of Fire. What? I was pressing the button. Especially for, like, a footage capture reason. This stuff's awesome, right? So, yeah, that's the idea. And we'll find an easy-ish one. Maybe that one in Vabi is actually a lot easier. And then what we're going to do... Did I hit the roof? I did. Apparently, I've not got this right. Okay, I've got a new idea. What if, when I hit this first orb, instead of min-maxing and hitting only the top, I go through the middle of this first orb? That should allow me to not have to do any course correction for the rest of the way through. Because you can see how I'm a little bit high right now. I had to do more course correction. But the idea is... the mastery. Save me! Oh, man. Okay, yeah. We can't do ups and downs in the middle. We've got to have the same speed the whole way. And then once we found the technique, we'll be good. Alright, so let's go. I wonder what we'll get on the daily, because I can't imagine people do these much anymore. There you go. I would consider us to be much lower right now than we were before, because I hit basically the bottom of that opening orb. And as you'll notice here, we're hitting the middle of these ones. There, I brushed against the wall. Maybe this isn't a good course to do. There's no in-game audio. Thanks for reminding me. There actually is. It's just very quiet. Like, I could hear the audio. But you guys couldn't. So there, I'll turn it down in-game and up in real life. So what? Was that one a bit low, maybe? That other one was a bit low, wasn't it? But now I feel like this is just locking me into two specific heights. Or was it just that I'd hit the No, I've lost too much height here. I've lost too much speed. What on earth? I don't remember this one being a challenge. Maybe it was a challenge. Do you play with a headset? Actually, I don't. I don't really like wearing headsets. Maybe I've just never had an airy enough one, but I feel really hot in them and just, I don't know. I just don't like the feeling of them. They just don't feel good to me. Oh, this is kind of cool, us doing them as a group, because... Look, this has got to be perfect. Just don't hit that wall. Only go up slightly there so you can keep your speed. And now go up a lot here. This has got to be it. That's pretty cheesy being able to use that, but hey, I'll take it. Apparently we got gold. Apparently we're 8th daily. I actually love that we're not higher than 8th. That's kind of cool. So we got gold, right? And the point is, you open these boxes, and you might get a mini out of them. I didn't. And obviously, it's not the kind of thing where I'm going to do a ton of streams just doing Griffin Races over and over and over again. I would do that if I felt like I was building towards a tangible reward. But I'm not building towards a tangible reward. It's just RNG. So the better way to handle that is to just sprinkle them in, you know. Just a little bit of a Griffin race here, a little bit of that. And what I think we'll do for Master is we will we'll park characters on my account at specific places so that every day when we log in, we'll be ready with it. In fact, let's do that, okay? So which character should park at a Griffin race, guys? Which one? It really doesn't matter. It could even be a low-level character if you want. Anyone got any idea? First person in chat to drop a character name or a class race combo. I'll do it. And not any LP characters. And you're going to be tempted to say that because you guys think about the LP characters a lot more. But not LP characters because they're just going to move when I'm doing that. Okay, the Rev guy. The Rev guy was first. Dark said Azuric second. Azuric, I actually really like the idea. I think that's a really good recommendation, just because Azuric is of Path of Fire. Maybe we can park Azuric somewhere else. So this Rev guy, this is my Tengu character in waiting, Merlin Featherstone. This is actually a core Rev build from PvP. And he's only level 17, but it's fine. The Necro Mule. Well, no. We'll have more things. So if you guys have... Oh, I think we might have to do the story. How do you make it so that my microphone doesn't pick up the sound of my speakers? Basically, it's a really good microphone. And, do you know what? I just got a little bit depressed answering this question. The microphone is an MK4 from Sennheiser. And it's a really good mic. I really like it. I actually got a care package from Sennheiser maybe 2 years ago now, where they just sent me this gear. It's the only time any company has ever done that. And it was awesome. It was so cool. I was really happy with it. And I still use it to this day. So I do recommend it. But I keep the volume fairly low, and I keep the direction very, centered over my mouth rather than everywhere else. And, yeah. That's how I do it. But... I do get echo issues. I haven't solved the question of echo issues. For the streams, yes, I have. Sometimes, though, I will stream with a headset on, because I can't hear the game very clearly. So, for example, that Big Living World stream that I did the other day, I do have the headset on for that, so that I can hear the audio a bit better. Also, because I need 2 separate audio channels to separate the Discord audio from everything else. So I have a bit more granular control. I can adjust that a bit better. By the way, we need to do this casino event as well. We need lots of coins because there's lots of novelties you can buy from this. I'll just quickly show you. So we might want to park someone at Amnoon. Maybe we'll park Azuric at Amnoon. The timing is right that every time I log in, this meta's going on. So Check it out. We need to buy mini Zalambur, the mini Choya Pinata, the Sand Shark Kite, the Watermelon Sand Shark Kite, the Skimmer Kite, the Zebra Skimmer Kite, the Green Choya Kite, the Blue Choya Kite, and the Red Choya Kite. Luckily, I've already got the super... You might think, oh my god, that's a lot of stuff. But most of these only cost 200. I've already got the Pinata Tonic, because this is good for fractals and stuff, which costs 1,000 coins. So I've already done the bulk of the work. The effort I put into this could have got me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could have got me all of these, right? So it's not so bad. Obviously, the mini Pinata is 600, which is a bit pricey. But so, yeah, we'll have to do these a few times as we go along our days and our adventures. But that's another little thing. And yeah, maybe we can have Zurich gambling away here. Cool, thanks for the tip. I've been working on a buddy gaming podcast, but we want to play with speakers, not get the audio in our mic, so we've been trying to figure that out. You'll check out that microphone. This is not the only microphone that does that. There's such a thing as podcasting microphones, Cherokee. Basically, any good condenser mic can do this. And some of them even have like toggles and mechanical switches on them that allow you to adjust where the microphone seeks audio from. And you can have it like one mic with one person speaking into the back of it and another person speaking into the front, and it tries to cut out all the noise around the other sides. This is really bad. I'll take that port away. I didn't realize it had one-shot the raptor. I guess that makes sense. Okay, maybe it's not a good idea doing a low-level character, because what if mobs spawn up near the Griffin area? Look, mark my words. Remember this, guys. This is going to be one of those moments. At some point in a Guild Wars 2 Master stream in the future, I don't know when, but at some point, if I can even get up to this race, you know what? I have no memory of walking this up to here, and I only just did it. At some point, this character's going to die because he's going to try and restart the adventure in a place where it just so happens that there's a mob. Do you know what? I wonder how good the sky scale is for this, for like climbing these. It's good for fractals. Yeah, it's like, you know the Executioner's Scythe, Ales? It's like a better version of the Executioner's Scythe. I think it moves you faster and for longer. The only downside of it is it's all like the Executioner's Scythe that will put you in costume brawl and then you'll CC your own allies, and it's kind of a funny thing. Oh, are people doing the race on the sky scale? That's cool. I don't know, but you can't. It's a Griffin race. I don't know. Anyway, oh, that would have been cool. Imagine if they'd updated all the old races and said Griffin or Sky Scale required. Whoa. What if they did Sky Scale specific races? Mind you, it's pretty slow, so whatever. Okay, so let's park Azric at the casino, I guess. But yeah, so I've not resolved that issue of the speaker noise. And like when I record with Boots, it's the same. I'm always wearing headsets there. When I do the Let's Play, I put headsets on. If it's something I really care about, I've probably got the headset on. Just to eliminate that chance, you know. I've had several, like look at this. Look at this rating loss. Look at this. In 2 games, I lost over 50 rating. I don't really care about rating that much. But this was just after placement, so I'm super volatile. And they were impossible games. I mean, truly impossible games. Anyway, let's exit. Someone asked about the mount wheel on pretty much every WP video I stream. Yeah, they do, don't they? It's kind of nuts. It just shows how many new people are coming to the stream and checking them out, which I think is kind of cool, I guess. You know, maybe I should be happy about that. You can swap using Bond of Faith between the Griffin and the Sky Scale. Whoa, so you can do that. That's kind of nuts. So, by the way, this has quickly become one of my favorite metas in the game. Because did you guys ever appreciate how beautifully this saves? You can still collect a ton of coins, even if the meta doesn't get pushed. Obviously, you don't get the bonus at the end. But if the first phase fails, like you see, we've got 1 minute 40 seconds to get... 44 coins left here, right? If it fails, it kind of doesn't matter because it will just reset the prior, section of the map. So as solo, you can get permanent benefit out of this. What a cool meta. You know what? ArenaNet You can update all the other metas. This one is solid as steel. Don't touch it. It's perfect as it is. It's got good rewards, good incentive to go for it. Long term, you don't have to worry about this one. This one's brilliant. Do the treasure, make the treasure hunt better. Make the Realm of Torment one better. I know that you're probably not going to make content changes to these things, but at least look at, like, the Path of Fire mats. Can you imagine if they make trade contracts worth anything? Here, guys, I want you to do me a favor. Go in-game or onto Guild Wars 2 Efficiency. If you're on your phones or whatever, just log into Efficiency. Is this guy downstate or defeated? He's downstate. I'll help you out, buddy. Oh. Instant CC'd. What was I instant CC'd by? We're probably going to have to... There you go. Obstruct the hits or something so he can rally. Oh my god, it's still alive. How tanky was that? That was almost a really bad idea there. And look up. Wait, what was I going to tell you to do? I don't remember what I was going to tell you. Oh, yeah. How many trade contracts do you have? Let's see how many trade... The Sky Scale would be pretty good for this too. How many trade contracts do you have? Because, what I want to hear from you all is that you have barely any. And the only reason I've got about 10,000 is that I've done a lot of PvP reward tracks purely around Path of Fire stuff. 8k, 1.2k, 3,000, 7k, 2k. You need them for the Sky Scale? How many? 4,000, 0. Are you not a Path of Fire player, I guess? That would be the thing. I mean, you get them from everywhere. I just got another 2, right, as we're talking about them. Alright, no, people are in the thousands. I'm not that special with 10k. You need 50. Is that it for the Sky Scale? 50. Oh, 500. Still, 500. Is that it? Mind you, you know, it's so hard to, like, find the balance of rewards in a game like this, with a development like this. Because if you pick a reasonable price on something for a new player, right? If you have in mind a player who just picked up Path of Fire, 500 for a Sky Scale, that's a big effort right there. 500, you're going to be working for that for a while. If you've just got into the game, that's a huge amount of content and work. But the problem is, that person's going to be shouldered amongst a lot of guildies. Goldies. That's my PvP toxicity coming through there. It's going to be shouldered between a lot of guildies who are just like, that's not even anything. I have 10,000. And so, but if you go for the 10,000, it's kind of just like a broken thing for the game, you know. That everyone will drain their stockpile on that one thing, and then it's just gonna, for some reason, the Sky Scales. That's the way. You know, I was talking about taking rewards away from people. Here's the way to do it, okay? Don't do it the way I've been recommending, where you literally just throw up a blog post and you explain that you've changed to a more intelligent philosophy. And it's a bit more unforgiving on the player base, but better in the long run, blah, blah, blah. And we hope you follow us through with this, blah, blah. Don't do that. Don't do that. Deceive them. Deceive the community. And here's how you do that. You introduce the Sky Scale, and you have it cost 10,000 trade contracts, okay? And all the big and you leave it that way for about 3 months, all right? Every time there's a whiny forum post about it, you don't acknowledge it. You just sort of say, look, we think that this is right for the economy, blah, 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 blah. Eventually... Immediately, the big nerds will just get it straight away. They'll spend the 10k for the prestige, all right? And they'll do that. And you've drained a lot of that. Okay, good. Then eventually, the picky nerds, the not quite big nerds, but the picky ones, will like slowly be like, oh, maybe I should do it. Fine, I'll spend the 10k. Over those 3 months, slowly you'll get more of them, all right? You'll get them. And then once the 3 months is up, you say, all right, you guys were right. Look, we've listened to your feedback. And we made a mistake. Look at how humble we are, acknowledging that we've made a mistake. All right, please give us good PR for this. We are nerfing the cost, and we're dropping it down to 50 trade contracts. Okay, then you put it to the level that you actually think is best for the game. And now you've had your cake and you've eaten it too, and you've had a little bit of cream on there for the side because of the good PR you get at the same time. All right. So now you've drained the stuff. And yeah, there'll be a few people who are like, hold on, why don't you reimburse me? But you, just like the forum threads that came before it, you ignore those. And those will recede into the background quicker. Because there'll be a general atmosphere of positivity. Alright? So there you go. That's how you do it. You boil the frog. That is how, and you do that for anything. Do that for resonating slivers. Do that for anything that's devalued in the game. Anything. And you fix the economy. Okay? But you got to be savvy about it, and you got to pace it out, because eventually people will cotton on that after enough months you're relenting. You know that bit where I said, acknowledge that you've listened to the community? Maybe that's not a good idea. Maybe you don't want to empower the community. Maybe you just want to, maybe you just say, look, we've changed our minds, or something like that. Because this is a technique that will lose efficacy over time as people start wising up to the fact you will eventually change it. And people can be ludicrously patient with a game like this. So, yeah. And you definitely don't want to present that atmosphere of, oh, I'll just uninstall for a few months then and I'll get it later. You don't want to do that. Just remove... No, you can't remove all the slivers instantly because you know, that's bad press or whatever. So what I'm saying is a way to do it that's a little bit more cheeky. In 1 week's time, all Season 4 maps have been massively populated because of the sky scale and the map currency requirements. I hope that that's true. I've not indulged in that just yet. We'll do the eggs in a minute. Once this casino is done. We've got the bonus event now. And, yeah, I hope that's true. That would be really nice. By the way, a price of 200 coins... I think, in a single meta, we could, theoretically, be able to afford... we could be able to afford new items for the thing, each meta. But we'd have to play really well. 200's a pretty difficult level to get to, but we should be able to. Wait, is that what? Sorry, was it a joke? Was it actually a joke? You said lol joke in chat, or was that to something else? This is really interesting. Look at this. There's something quite cinematic about it. You know, particularly if I disable show all player names. Where is it? Here. This guy's in my party, so it's still there. It's kind of cool seeing the giant Choya beast as well nearby. That's the magic of mounts as well, because they are cosmetics that are so in your face. People will see them and be more excited about getting it, you know. Like there, I can feel in myself, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm looking forward to getting this, right? I felt that just a little bit there. And so, you know, that's going to happen to everyone en masse. It's much better than like legendaries and being like, oh, that guy has eternity, no, I want eternity. And that alone is a powerful thing. Are we going to fail this? Where's the exit? He spawned at a different area, didn't he? I am on good condi gear here, I think. Oh, no, I'm not. My condi ticks aren't very hard. Also, this glyph isn't very good. Also, no primordial stance. I love this event. There's just that little moment where it's like, oh, what if we get an infusion? And it's such a silly, stupid idea to ever even countenance. But it's there, you know. So it's only 8 coins bonus for the bonus. So that's actually not much. But again, I kind of like that it's not that much, because that means that when we're soloing it, it's not sort of a big deal. Hopefully, all right, I'm being deeply sincere right now. Hopefully, the fact that I'll be streaming this Guild Wars 2 Master stuff means we'll never be soloing these things. Hopefully, there'll always be, you know, at least a party of people, or a squad, even better. So we can just sort of, like, imagine that. Imagine the freedom and the power that comes with that, to just be able to do any group event related thing because lots of people around, you know. That's going to be super cool. And that's what we experienced with the earlier streams around Heart of Thorns. Okay, so that's a Zurich. He's parked here at Amnoon. And I guess he'll just go for it, you know. Alright. Yeah, look at it. It's cool. I love how big they are. They look... I didn't get the impression of how big they were on the stream. But they really are something, aren't they? Okay. So, now I want to show you the AoE harvesting tool, and we'll get on with the eggs. Go to the wallet tab in the inventory. There's a new currency with a placeholder image and no name. Wallet. Oh, yeah. Interesting. I recognize that icon from something, though. What is that? That icon's definitely been used before. Is that a low-tier tuning crystal? Maybe? If Norgrav doesn't accept this, I'm just going to leave because he's probably stuck in a loading screen, and then someone else is going to load into DR, and it's not relevant at all. So here, check it out, all right? First of all, so here's the new thing. This is the skin that I got. I've never cared about these skins, by the way, ever. So it's in fact, there's not actually a tab for them on the thing. So I think these are excluded from Master actually, since there's not a tab for them. But the animation's kind of cute. All right, it's fairly cool. This is like a baby sky scale. All right, but it comes with a glyph of reaping. Okay, now I'll show you how OP this is, right? So we have reaping on our gathering item right now. So if we come to all my homegrown potatoes here, and I press one thing to harvest, I get them all. Look at that. You're about to see one of the biggest gem store endorsements I've ever offered, by the way. Because when you guys see this, you're going to like this. This is cool, all right? But it's 1,000 gems, so I don't actually think it's necessarily worth it. But look at how OP that is. It's at 900 range, okay, guys? So the full radius is going to be, what, 1,800? It's crazy, all right? So here's what you can do as well. I was testing with this last night, all right? So I got all my potatoes. Now I can come over to this little garden. And I can get all of those. And then I can come over here. And so this is mining stuff, right? So what I've done is you just click the harvesting tool. Swap a new glyph into it. So now my glyph of reaping's in my inventory. Click here to the mining pick and do it again. And now I have it on this. Even though I have one glyph, I'm able to harvest everything all at once. Look at my inventory. Look at it just explode. So I get all of that. So that's the idea. Now, Divinity's Reach is cool and all, but now the question is, which is the most efficient home instance to do it in? Because depending on where all of the mats are laid out, now that the glyph of reaping is a thing, you could, in theory, if there's one home instance that's got, like, all the plants in a certain area and all the mining nodes in another area, it's going to be really good. So what I want to do is I want to check the Grove, because as far as I remember, the Groves one is actually really short and condensed. And because this is not just, there's no ring here, it's actually a sphere. It goes up and down. So in theory, if I can mine something in the Grove home instance, it will get stuff all on the roofs above me. So I could get all my home instance stuff in like a second. And yeah, Ailes has got a really good point there that you are still losing things because you're not getting the unbound magic and stuff. But hey, when it's a question of spending genuinely like 10 minutes in here versus 30 seconds. Oh, so here I've messed up. How have I messed this up? So the industry glyph is in there. Okay, so I need to swap that on there and that on there. Obviously, if you had 3, it would be really nice quality of life. But I'm not going to be able to get that. Unless someone was to send me 2 of these as gifts from the gem store. And then I'll have 3 glyphs of reaping. That would be amazing. But otherwise, I'm probably going to do this swapping thing. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. And so here was another thing I was sort of vaguely toying with. Because Guild Wars 2 Master is such like a big long-term project, I've always basically lived in a... lived... That's not the right word. Okay, back to this. So, hold on. We want to swap it there. And then we want to swap this here. I've never really accepted donations from people for in-game account progress. But I'm wondering if, since Master is such a big thing, I should find a way to do that. I've always done that because I felt it was important to have, like, a real opinion about how difficult it is to get a legendary or, you know, the challenging stuff in the game. But there's really nothing like that in the game anymore. I mean, you got, like, the sky scale here, I suppose. But the thing is, the sky scale is all, like, normal time gates and stuff and things you actually have to work on. So I'm wondering, actually, whether maybe I should just sort of... Look, if someone wants to help out with Master, maybe I should just sort of accept it, you know? If people are helping me get random little skins, you know, if I came to this page here, okay, right? And if you guys saw when this stuff starts scrolling, all right, so not dies. Let's say minis. All right. Let's say there was a mini here, or let's say there's an outfit. Right. Look at all these outfits I need. If one of these is on the gem store at the moment, and one of you is like, yeah, look, WP doesn't have that one filled in, I'll give him, you know, I'll buy it on the gem store, and I'll fill that in for him because it's available. Then I don't know. Maybe that doesn't affect things much, you know. Maybe that's not a big deal. Maybe I shouldn't worry about that, and that would actually help. There's some stuff in there as well that is just gold, you know, like the town clothes. Some of those are town clothes, so they're not actually as pricey as they look or whatever. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking there. Look at how many minis there are. Look at how many I've got, and it just keeps going and going and going and going and going. Yeah, like, and yeah, exactly. Gem store's kind of zero effort, so what does it invalidate? But I'm not sure sort of whether it's something I should really go for. So am I going for all gem store items? Yeah, I mean, the rules are scrolling. They're scrolling. Basically, it's just get everything. That's the point. It's get everything. Okay, it's a long-term goal that I'm actually aiming at now. Okay, so we swap like this. You can see how fiddly this is now, right? So having 3 of them would be really cool. And considering every second you... So here, I've messed up again. I mean, part of it's that I'm not very good at it. How have I messed this up? I don't understand. It's got a glyph of reaping on there. Oh, no, it's in the axe, not the sickle. Yeah, I did mess up. Every second that you mess it up is... You may as well have just had an Unbound Magic one roll in, right? You know? It's got some oysters. And, so, yeah. The Ratassoon one might be really good as well. I don't know. Okay, so no, it's not get everything. There is an exceptions page on the rules. I've already talked about this, so I'm not interested in doing another spiel. Some things are not on it. God of PvP is not on it. Just because, basically anything leaderboard oriented, is not on it. What I would need is someone who's really good at the game, who would be happy to duo queue with me constantly, and also like tutor me and teach me the game better. And I'd have to really think about stuff and really work on stuff. The only people who are high on the leaderboards, like really consistently, are people who monitor the hours they play very carefully. They won't play during dead times, and they'll largely duo queue. Because the game is about 3 times easier if you're duo queuing, just to be clear. Especially if you're duo queuing in comms. And I don't do either of that. I play at dead hours where I'll lose 50 rating in 2 games, and, you know. I also change build very regularly, and, yeah. So there's just lots of little things that... and that's not even... both are, like, basically impossible, and I would never be arrogant enough to believe I'd actually get them. But, with the way I play... But the real one would be actually winning a monthly automated tournament. Unless everyone in the established scene just ups and disappears. And I can curry favor with whoever's left. I'm probably not going to win a mat either. So yeah, the gizmos from the mats, they're not there. What don't you recognize? What is this? What don't you recognize? Okay, alright, so eggs. Let's go get our eggs, I guess. Back off to Dragonfall. Now, I'm trying something with my monitor. There's an annoying thing, right, where one of my monitors is constantly obscured by the microphone stand. And it's so annoying, guys. You've got no idea. It's so annoying. It makes it such a pain to look at Wiki and to do things meaningfully. Oh, did we get a single sub or anything today? Or am I just really bad at noticing this stuff? Not entirely sure. There was a little bit of news about Guild Wars as well. I'm not going to talk about that on the stream because maybe I can make a video out of that. WP reading this chat, oof. Why did you type oof? And what's wrong with me? It was an in-world bubble. You do have an idea. You struggled with that for like 2 months. Ended up moving the mic to the other side of the desk. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've just lifted it high and it's not helped at all. The monitor would have to be like near the ceiling for the way that I'm sitting for this to work. Maybe I could get the mic attaching lower or something. But then you lose all the quality of life. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. Anyway, how Having a see-through boom arm. Now that's a moneymaker. I've got all these ideas that I know would make a ton of money. Genuinely, I've got so many business ideas and product ideas. I'm like, this would make a lot of money. And that's one of them. But I have no talent and no capital. So I get stuck with the masses that will never go anywhere. All right, so what am I doing? Sky scale eggs. All right, sky scale eggs. So we go to Goric, and apparently there was one right next to Goric. Goric could have picked this one up himself, so let's return to... Why is his icon not there now? Is his icon only appearing there when... What do I think of the select? I just said I'm not going to talk about that on stream. It's alright. It's cool. Oh, what did you get for hitting 36k achievement points? I think at 36k, I got my second armor chest. I got the Radiant, so I already had Hellfire, so I got Radiant chest. And now, when I get another 500 points, I think the back piece, the first back piece selection, will rotate into view. Which I'm pretty excited about. I think it will anyway. What the heck? It was really grey, sunny yesterday, and now it's grey and miserable. Was it? Where are you living? Hey WP, hey chat. Haven't managed to catch a stream live until now. Nice to be able to join in. Hey Quantum Jump. It's good to see you. I'm glad you made it too. God, just the sound of getting attacked and put in combat is just like really like creating like a negative feeling in me. Like here, what I want to do is dismount, get on a Springer and jump over that cliff. But the second you get procced by something, you know you're not going to be able to do that. In West Wales. Oof, okay. You should do a setup tour. That would be super interesting. I always like those. Just make sure your monitor doesn't reflect your face. A few years ago, I did do a video for people on Patreon. And I think it's still live, by the way. It was when I moved places. And I showed off... here we go. So the first egg. And I showed off my setup and what I had. Okay, so this is the really notorious one. Because it's just somewhere in the coast, somewhere in the coast, somewhere at Embergate, blah, 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 blah. So, thank God for Wiki. I'll tell you that much. Wiki... is a dream. Always Wiki. Okay, so the first one is here. Waypoints unavailable just yet. You know what I'm kind of really enjoying? Look at this. Pretty much every time we've opened a stream and we've started this, the map has just began right as we've logged in, hasn't it? Right? And so I wonder if that's because the population on this map is so high and there's so many people playing that it's always got a map that's just spun up, ready to filter new people into. So everyone always gets that really good experience of not loading in at the end of the meta, but right when they mean to, you know. They can hit the Goldilocks zone. I think that's great. If it's true. Any sign that the game's got high population, I'll cling to. Okay, this one took me down, but it's on the cliffs. Apparently this is easy to reach with a Springer. There, you just saw the pain of the mount wheel. What basically happened there is we got extremely lucky with 3 bone archers missing us. And if I had done direct hotkeys, I would have snuck onto the mount and I would have been away. And the mount, but because I used the mount wheel, another archer attacked me. And we have to do this before we can move up. It's little things like that. Over time, more and more and more and more regularly will happen. And a player with the mount wheel, I think, will eventually get put off of it. Because you just sort of lose a lot of time as time goes away. Here it is. Nice. Here, to everyone in the party, I'll make a squad just in case more people want to do the eggs. I mean, guys, this is a lot of work, so if you want to do it, now's the time. As you watch the stream, you can make the progress. Think about it, you know? And I'll be leading you to each one. It's like a hero train. Should we kill that Spectre of Pain? I'm not sure I've ever done that. What am I in combat with here? What am I in combat with? I guess this worm attacked me somehow at some point. Let's kill this Spectre of Pain. Why not? Just wait for the charge. Whatever this is, it looks like it does a lot of damage. And then we can just go in afterwards. Burst in with burn damage. I still got CC'd in the middle of one of my big skills. Oh, and then back into that. It's a bit scary. Okay, kill the nearby enemies. Right, and now we want to go up there. That looks like a bit of a climb, honestly. This looks like if I had a sky scale, I'd be really happy to use it right here. You can just unbind the world versus world mount. It's useless anyway. Does it actually come bound by default? I didn't even know if it did. I'm a bit sad that Radial hasn't updated to include the Warclaw on it. But hopefully he'll do an update with the Warclaw and the Sky Scale together. I want a big wheel. That'll look like an Oblivion spell wheel at that point. With that old spell wheel mod, that'd be awesome. It has updated for Warclaw. Has it? Nice. I'm going to have to remember to update this. This airship, honestly, adds so much to the map. This is so cool. Every map needs a thing like this. I've told this anecdote before, but one of the best Let's Plays on the internet, okay? Now, I know I get a lot of compliments when I complete a Let's Play project. But one of the best Let's Plays on the entire internet is an Insomniac developer Let's Play, where some devs who worked on the original Ratchet and Clank games sit down and they do an LP. And they were a small studio, right? So these guys had a lot of control over how each level was implemented. And, you know, they did a ton of work on each thing. So they have, like, these great anecdotes. It's insane. It's there's two full... Ratchet and Clank 1 and 2 have full playthroughs from these guys. And anyway, one of the things that, one of the cool anecdotes they had coming out of it was that basically their equivalent of a game director, right? Their guy that, well, I don't know whether that's the right phrase. Basically, they had one, I can't remember what title they gave this person, but one creative mind to overlook the product in general, who, like, was the sole owner of the game's vision, basically, right? That everyone else was kind of being asked to buy into and to believe in, but ultimately they had to listen to this guy, right? Like, so they had control over what they could do, but there was this guy that didn't really necessarily even do much development work directly, but just was constantly looking at the teams and constantly seeing what they were doing and constantly making sure they were on track to you know, work together. He was the guy that, like, would make sure the left hand knew what the right was doing and so on. Anyway, and this guy had, like, a vision for, like, how the game should look and feel all the time. And one thing he really believed in was that the vistas, all the backgrounds in that series should always have movement. You should never just have, like, this, where you look out. I mean, this would just be, even for their standards, developing on the, what, the PS2. They would load... Oh, well, no, not necessarily, because we've got, like, the falling sparks and stuff. But, like, there should be always, like, sci-fi ships flying around or monsters moving, or there just always has to be movement wherever you get a vista. Always movement. And that airship on this map makes me think of that. It's a great Let's Play. You guys should definitely watch it. If you're interested at all in game development, and especially if you're a fan of... that series. I think what we're looking at is, like, about here now. It's really, really good. It's a co-op commentary as well, by the way. It's two different devs chatting about it as they go through. The wheel is a plug-in. How's the damage of Weaver versus Mesmera post-patch? Haven't played in quite a while. Well, I don't know whether I don't know what you're talking about. If you're talking about raids and stuff, then the mere fact you were prompted to ask that because I'm playing a Weaver here is insane. Because I'm in the open world. And I don't have, like, all the supporting boons and benefits that you'd expect from those, you know, raid builds where they shine. So if you're talking about, like, Phantasmal Chrono builds and stuff, I'm like, oh, it's not better than Weaver because WP's not playing that right now. Like, your entire mindset for the game frustrates me. But the only reason I look like I'm doing a bit of damage here is the idea of the Weaver build I'm on right now is a Condi Weaver that stacks as much Condi intensity as possible. Not expertise, not duration, none of that, but intensity. It's trying to be as spiky as possible with its damage. So it revolves around burning, which is the heaviest hitting Condi. And then it has the elite for 20% raw damage. What runes are we on? It has Balthazar runes, which is actually burn duration. To be fair, the Balthazar runes don't synergize with the rest of the idea. Neither necessarily does running Vipers instead of like Carrion or something. But we also get this here, another 10% Condi damage right here. We're in Pyromancer's Poisson to bring as much might as possible. It's just all about spiking Condis, which makes it fun for the open world. Because any kind of truly high DPS, damage per second Condi build, isn't ever that fun in PvE. Because you spend all this time ramping and then they die. So you may as well just have, like, a couple of Condis kill something. You know? That's the idea. Alright, we get another egg. I have to say, my experience of this one, doing it as a guide as I am now, I'm quite efficient at looking across at Wiki and stuff. I'm getting almost no immersion value out of the map on this right now. I'm not looking at the environments I'm in. I'm not looking at anything. I'm just looking at how to beeline to the thing. I'm getting almost zero value out of my experience following a guide doing this. It's interesting how hugely different. I know, okay, if I was doing this really slowly and really steadily all on my own and doing my own hunt, I could be seriously enjoying myself. Like, really enjoying myself. And yet, now that I've done 3 back-to-back and it's guide-oriented, I'm getting nothing. Like, genuinely nothing. There's nothing that this has given me. It's just a time sink. And it's kind of amazing to recognize in myself, actually, just how vastly different those two experiences are from the same content. And just the way that I feel compelled to complete it. There's something really interesting going on psychologically there. Let's try this tube. I mean, I'm getting a bit of fun out of this when I interact with a new part. Oh, that was perfect. These thermal tubes are so good, honestly. These are so good. Whoever implemented these was bang on with their idea of how they should work in this area of the map. Because thermal tubes, last time we saw them was what? Draconis Mons? I guess that was a pretty big map too. But, you know, we're in the Path of Fire era now, so we're talking so much distance. Okay, so that's that one. Next, we are on a cliff near the heart of the Brandstorm. We're looking like here. I think. I might have messed this one up. I might be wrong. I think I am wrong, actually. I think it's over here. Yeah, it's here. Okay. That pattern recognition. So what's the best way to get there? This is on top of a huge cliff. I bet it's to get into the thermal tubes again, you know. But we're at the bottom of this now. Well, hold on. What if I go to camp and just hit the first tube? Oh, Rocker, that's a good point, man. Yeah, damn. Did they just make it all no mounts? You know, a part of me agrees with you that that's a bit of a shame. Another part of me is happy that like, experience hasn't been invalidated. You know, for a first-time player, and I admit there's not going to be many, right? But a first-time player that's doing that JP. Well, here's the actual comparison. How many players with the Sky Scale are players that also haven't done Draconis Mons and are players that plan to do Draconis Mons or eventually will? That's the real question, isn't it? And I bet it's a pretty low number. So maybe it's not a big deal if that gets devalued. Because, I mean, what crazy subset of the player base are we talking about here? Unless, you know, they had an achievement incentive in 2019 to go back to that stuff. Which I think they should. Oh, man. I could talk for days about this whole... Like, think about this, guys. Okay, what I'm about to suggest is just a theoretical thing that I'm not actually recommending, because in some ways I think this is a bit icky. But look at the concept of our AP reward track, right? This is like our entire account, all the AP we get, and we get the unique rewards. Now, what I want you to imagine is that you have this as like your global account AP reward chest progression. But I want you to imagine that there's another row underneath it, okay? with different boxes, asking for different AP thresholds with different rewards. New, exciting rewards. 2019 tier rewards. Maybe there's a mount skin in it somewhere, right? Stuff like that, okay? I want you to imagine another row. Now, all the rewards for this other row require way less AP, okay? But it's a slightly different variant of AP, okay? And this is why I don't like it, because it's like currency bloat and all that kind of stuff, and it's, you know, you want systems to be easy to understand and stuff. But imagine it's AP, but with like a purple icon, okay? And it's asking for less. It's basically a different reward track of AP. But that AP is like purple AP that resets every year, and the reward track changes every year. And what it is it's like a PvE season, if you will. So when 2019 kicks up, the devs look through all of their achievements across the entire game, and they say, all right, the Slice of Sky Strong Box is going to be one of the things we want them to do. And they're going to pick some of the roller beetle races. Not all of them, some of the roller beetle races. And they're going to pick Always Time for Timey from Path of Fire. And they're maybe going to pick Open Skies on A Wing and a Prayer. And they're going to go to General, and they're going to say, all right, Giant Slayer's on there. And they're going to go to Dry Top, and they're going to say this is on there. And they're going to say the Draconis Mons jumping puzzle and the Dark Reverie. They're going to pick a selection of achievements that you have all year to complete. And then once the year's done, it kind of resets, and it gives you, it's like a new reward. And maybe that's a yearly thing, or maybe that's every 3 months or something. And so what they've done is they've created incentive for 2019 players to flood back to the regular game and do these things. And so imagine if like story journal achievements were on there. Okay? No, not story journal. Well, I get. No. They're under hero, aren't they? Hero achievements, okay? So like finish chapter 3 of the personal story. Stuff like that, right? To just filter players through the game and have them looking back at stuff. And, you know, that's that whole longing for PvE seasons, but that's like another like little implementation of it or whatever, right? Like that again, I don't know whether I really recommend, but there are avenues to get people to look at that stuff and make it feel like all content that's always added is valid. Obviously, I've skipped over the required work of building rewards and all this stuff, which, you know, is easy to say, but much harder and more time-consuming to implement. But you get what I'm saying. Okay, what was I... It's a bit like what the book system did for Guild Wars 1, where you would pick up a book in Lion's Arch, and then it would be a meaningful reason to go back through the campaigns and stuff. But imagine if you could only get one book every 3 months, and the book wasn't asking you to do campaign missions, it was asking you to do other thing or whatever. Right, okay, I spoke way too long about that. What are we doing next? We just got this egg. The next egg is... again, near a thermal vent, actually. Interestingly, I could have grabbed this earlier. I'm pretty sure it's at this vent here. Luckily, I think we'll still have the height from this. I like the golden sky scale. They look pretty good, man. Have I still been playing PoE? No, but I saw that they had a trailer. I tried to get into PoE again just a couple of months ago, actually. I think I was playing a Minion Mancer build. I really love being a Minion Mancer in that game. But I haven't had a serious playthrough on it for a long time. The games I've been playing, sinking real hours into, are Monster Hunter World, Don't Starve, Stellaris. There was another game as well. Can't remember what the other game. Those are the games, though, that over the past 6 months or so, I've been sinking proper hours into and actually playing a reasonable amount. Okay, I think we move on now. I think we're... oh, no. Okay, so we're going to be here. It's interesting that it nearly always is enough to just... so hold on, I'll get my height from this and then I'll fly to it. The introduction of the sky scale made me get frustrated with the ability to hide the... oh, wait. Made me frustrated with the inability to hide the minimap in game. It's just so annoying to be... looking for a collectible just to have some mentor or commander tag signaling where it is on the map. It really ruins the immersion. I've done all the sky scale collections the week it came out when there were no guides, and it really was quite the experience I feel most players might be losing on. This game is so much better when... and then you've cut off because the comment's too long. But listen, I totally agree with you. I don't know whether Well, yeah, minimap disabling. I think it's only a benefit for the game, and they have control over that, right? Like, so I don't know what extra. I think that they probably do undervalue how much. The problem is, right? This content, this egg content, and all this other stuff, it's fighting against the nature of the internet, and it's fighting against the nature of people. It looks like slow actually impacted my ability to pick that up. That's interesting. I understand what you're saying. I truly do. I genuinely think what we're doing right now, and it's going to be almost impossible to believe, but I genuinely think this is some of the best content Guild Wars 2 has to offer. I'm not joking, all right? And I'm usually pretty snobby about PvE, okay, and how low I rate PvE. I genuinely think it's really good content, but it's only good content if you're, like, trained for the mindset for it, right? If you have that specific understanding of how the best way to accomplish it is, and if you are really relaxed and casual about playing the game. If you are like rushing through things, if you really feel it's important to get through stuff quickly, and if you've sort of had your fill, it becomes like some of the worst content in the game. And it's I think we're about here. And unfortunately, that's kind of the reality. People will use guides. Guides make this stuff terrible, like, pretty much, right? They really do. And guides exist, and people will get them. People will always compromise. Like I am right now. I'm not speaking hypothetically. I'm not separating myself from other people right now. I am these people. I am these people. Right now, I am making a compromise against my own fun in the name of speed. That's what I'm doing. Now, why am I doing that? Partly because I want these streams to not be dominated for months with Skyscale acquisition stuff. Partly because I think it's actually more fun to do with a friend and hunt, like, with one other person, and I don't really have anyone that I would do this with super slowly when I'm off stream. Partly because Master is just having me do so much stuff, and I kind of want to get to those other things. For a lot of people, it'll be the thirst to get the mount. They only care about the reward. I actually don't have much thirst for the mount. For some people, it'd be the thirst of so-called keeping up or whatever. But, you know, there are these various things that just mean people make that choice to make the game kind of, you know, worse. And RPGs have always struggled with that, even before the internet, you know. A lot of JRPGs are most fun at a very specific power level, where you're not too over-leveled, you don't have too much access to high stats, you don't have vast quantities of gear. But people will the funnest way to beat the boss is not actually the challenging experience for most people in the end. They'll choose to overgrind and just beat it as you know, as easily as possible. And that is the way that they'll get through it, you know. I'm really thirsty. Be right back, just 1 second. I'm gonna get a quick drink. 1 second. Alright, I'm back. Hello. Sorry about that little wait there, guys. I usually try not to leave at all ever, but yeah. Okay, so let's see. Next, we're on egg 12. So it looks like we were actually right near egg 12. The ordering is just kind of weird, so this isn't necessarily a very efficient order. That is one place that, like, if you're watching a dedicated YouTube video guide, or like you're reading a Reddit thread that is a guide to the patch, that's the one place where that kind of stuff, you know, the people that go on Reddit and actually find everything and post all the maps, or the people that make videos about it, if those are a little bit better than Wiki. That's the one place I'll admit Wiki's a little bit worse. Wiki's like 99% the best thing to do. And I'll always stand by Wiki. You know, it's the collected effort of the whole community. Not used for any other purpose, but for the love of the game. You know, it's not being monetized. You know, I really like the Wiki and what it stands for and how it operates. But because they just list the information out, kind of because they have to, you know, it's the Wiki. If the devs put stuff in really awkward orders and inefficient orders for players, then the wiki's going to list it out like that as well. And dedicated guide content won't necessarily be able to. This is, I don't know what area of my map's my favorite visually. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Isn't this just like the most gorgeous thing? Guild Wars 2 looks really out of date, guys. It's really out of date. F off, man. I mean, look at this. I do always feel like a bit of a shame when I'm experiencing a vista like that and like, wow, it's a real world. Look at it. It's so good. But the fact that it's not like a contiguous world, because we know that it's like separate little rectangular maps that are separated by loading screens, somehow that rips my immersion up a bit more. But, you know. Okay, are we really low down? I think we're going to be really low. No. We're high in a tree, apparently. Hold on, did I mess this up? No, I don't think I messed it up. Yeah, no, we're at water level. We're going down. So never mind. Alright. I'll claim some more essence, I guess. Muscles. Oh, there it is. It's up there. Near water level. You wait for WP to open a Coke? Yeah, ready? Oh, the cool, refreshing flavor of Coke Zero. Cherry. Delicious. Can I have my paid promotion now, if that's alright? Coke, please. I advertised your product. I'll advertise anyone's product, please. I'm desperate. Maybe I should go back to Sennheiser. Okay, on a high road toward the Melandru's Chalice. Behind the burning helicopter wreck. So, we are looking at the Skeen. The Skeen is here. Okay, so that's there. No, we're not looking at the Skeen. I think we're looking over here somewhere. Yeah, this is it. I feel like I'm playing a puzzle, trying to like match the image on the tiny little preview on Wiki to the one on the big screen. Do you have access to bounties on Twitch? If not, you should probably look into it. No, I don't. To tell you the truth, I don't really want to ruin my content with. Hey guys, please look at my bounties. Ooh. I don't know. I imagine it would involve me saying out loud, constantly referencing bounties or whatever, and asking for bits and whatever else the next gimmick is to try and get some money out of the viewers. Alright, I'm guessing we've got to climb on this one. Luckily, we have some Okart essence. What? Why did that land down there? I targeted up. You guys saw where my cursor was. Alright. Okay. I mean, this is just how enormous these maps are now. Do you remember when this mastery first got added? How it felt like you could all go almost infinite distance with it? And now, it's like... Oh, it needs to be like double. These environments are just so huge. You may get a lot of people looking at your channel once you release the audiobooks. Yeah, I feel like audiobooking's really fun. Like really, really fun. As long as I just have confidence and I find a good style. If I can find a place where I'm happy about character voices, and I'm not making myself like cringe or I'm insecure about character voices, I feel like I could really get a big kick out of that. I was in a rhythm for a while of just doing 2 chapters of Ghost of... I'd just wake up and do 2 chapters of Ghost of Ascalon. And then I'd go do Game of the Day and AP the Day and stuff. And that was it. It was really comfortable. It was really fun. And 2 chapters a day, I was on track for finishing the whole book really quickly. And it's pretty much finished now, but some stuff came up in real life, and then I kind of felt... Well, here's what actually happened. I was doing 2 chapters a day, and then I realized, hold on, if I do 2 in the morning and 2 in the evening, well, I'll be done insanely quickly. I'll just do it 2 in the morning, 2 in the evening. That's amazing. And so I really got enthusiastic about it, and I did maybe 5 days of that. No, not 5 days. I did a couple of days of that, and it felt fine. But then something happened in real life, and all of a sudden, like, I hadn't done it. And I'd have been expecting to finish the whole book in, like, 5 days or something. And then, of course, I hadn't finished the book in 5 days, because I'd had a few days where I didn't do any chapters at all. And then that was pretty much where I left it. The book is basically done, Ghosts. You've genuinely really inspired me there. Maybe what I'll do today, now that the story video is fully finished, just the upload aside... oh, this is bad. This is really bad. No, 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 no. Is it on the wing? Is it on the wing? Hold on. Maybe, maybe there's a sand jackal portal nearby. And we can port up. No, that is not a promise that audio books are incoming soon. I'm just saying you've inspired me to maybe pick it back up again. And finish that off. When people have responses like that, it really makes me shudder. I really do not do well like that. What do I use for my graphics settings? It changes based on the content I'm playing, but largely everything's ultra'd, except if it's a frame-intensive area, I turn off shadows. You can leave shadows on low or medium, honestly. Well, this is so stupid. What am I doing? Should we just do the whole walk again? Is it actually fun to climb up this? We'll come over here. No, we can salvage this. This is fun, and then we'll come on this, and then we'll go up. Yeah, the first thing I'll turn off is shadows. Like, in fact, shadows are off right now, I think, because you can't see any below me as I'm walking around. Because they bake a lot of shadows, like, into the map anyway, right? And then water reflections. You can drop water and reflections. If you're in Zerg content, you just drop culling down or off altogether. Or on completely, I guess, is actually the way to describe that. And then you're done. That's it. Do some post-processing to tweak the contrast however you like. Add some new effects. I've got depth of field on there. Because the native depth of field isn't very impressive to me. Okay. So let's just see. With 1 oak heart essence we could get to here. There's another one there, so... With a 2nd oak heart essence we can get to this plateau. Can I... Oh, if I could have tethered onto that tree, that would have been amazing. Here, this one here. Perfect. We're up. Krakatorik's wing is so big. It's really cool. Okay, so now... I think... We just got to come over here. Yeah, I know you can rent a sky scale to climb up. We've done that before as well. So I think it's somewhere around here, maybe... What are we doing? Well, we've done a casino blitz. We've done a Griffin race. We've shown off the gathering tools. And now we're getting the sky scale eggs, the 3rd back-to-back of these long-ass frickin' gathering things. And by the way, you see how much I've done over of just running in circles around on this map? People basically, if you wanted the day 1 sky scale... You had to beat the patch. You probably would have played the story in the meta. Don't forget, it comes out at 5 PM GMT. You get a 7-hour window to beat the patch, do everything, learn about the sky scale. And remember, no, you have to do the story because Gorik's stuff only unlocks once that's done. And then you had to do all of this before reset. If you were just late, then you were shifted a day back, and that's why people got really frustrated because they had to have it now. No! But, you know, I understand that, you know, if you were 5 minutes away, then that sucks. Okay, this one I've clearly not learnt properly. The description of this is it's near the Dragon's Wound on the top level, close to the northeastern sky scale roost. So my POI should actually be a little bit closer to this, I think. Oh, no. I think we're all the way up here. Yeah, never mind. We're all the way up there. Okay, so we have done the right thing climbing up here. We've just got to go further. I guess I can use this sky scale to go over there. No, I haven't done the waterfall achievement. As I've explained, I'm pretty sure directly to you already, Darg, that every second of the stuff has been on the streams. And I think you've been at all the streams, haven't you? I just don't know how this guy works. Like, right now, I feel locked on the wall, and I don't know how to... He feels really clunky. Apparently, it's really good once the masteries are out. And once I've just learned it a bit better, that clunk should go away. But yeah, he's probably the least intuitive to move mount that they've ever added, I think. And that's after the roller beetle and the griffin, which themselves can be quite fiddly to figure out. You really need the mastery for it to feel good. Well, I'm really happy that the mastery does actually, you know, have that value. Because if the mastery didn't improve it, it would pretty much go down as the worst mount, I think. For most people. Because it's so much effort. And it also had that extra layer of, like, hype and amp up to it. And then for it to disappoint people after that. Okay, this is funny, man. A strong air current. I'm higher than airships right now. Okay. It's more like a terrible mount that only functions with masteries. I mean, that is a criticism too, to be fair. It's a criticism that the mount isn't very good with masteries. It's just a weak criticism. Because masteries are such like a non-mechanic in the game. I want to make a point here. Do we go all the way down? It's under the wing. Apparently. I'm really scared. Because there's a fast current. I'm on the like edge of the map. Oh, here it is. We got it. Imagine finding this one. Jeez. This seems pretty hidden here. Shit, what was I going to say? Yeah, I want to make a point here, right? And I genuinely believe in this. Acquiring the sky scale and getting it really powerful and amped up, okay? 90% of the work on it, 90% is what you're watching me stream right now. Because we're only just breaking the surface of it. It's all this stuff. It's achievements and it's, you know, adventures and stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, right? You might not like the fact that they did 3 of these collections back to back, and I can agree with that, right? And all that. But there's nothing wrong with the fact that it's all, you know, tailored, unique content to play. But in truth, probably the bulk of it should be the mastery system, right? If the mastery system was doing its job properly, then it would be the mastery system, you know, adding value to experience and, you know, that feeling of logging in constantly and doing a huge range of content. As long as it's giving you XP, it's worth it and stuff. That's what the real bulk of training the sky scale and building it up and getting better, you know, that's what that system is there for. And we're at a point now, okay, what I'm trying to articulate is the game is now at a point where the mastery system is so inept and they have not looked back at it for so long that they're, you know, they're instead just resorting to this. The mastery system may as well... Oh, I crashed out of the game. Are we still streaming? I think we're still streaming. Whoa, this map is pretty crashy, guys. ArenaNet's not happy with what I'm saying. I got an application error. Hold on, let me screenshot this to send to Cho, because I think it is to do with our overlays. Oh. Uh-oh. Okay, come on. You can do it. You gonna screenshot that? Okay, let me just press print screen. And let me go to paint. And control V. Okay, good. Alright, now let me close that. Yeah, I do seem to still be live. Okay, good. Alright, I'm loading the game back up. You guys can't see, but I am loading the game back up. Yeah, if the mastery system, what I'm trying to say, okay, is if the mastery system was good and if it had the TLC and if it was working properly, all the work that they've just done on the Sky Scale collection didn't need to happen. All that development crunch and agony and pain to get all that in, which I'm sure it was a lot, right? All that extra stuff they didn't need to be made the devs could have just rested on the accomplishment of the underlying system implemented with Heart of Thorns, okay? A well-designed game has robust systems that work properly to alleviate stresses and efforts for the future. And that has not happened with the mastery system. If there's any greater example of the ineptitude of the mastery system, it's the devs' desire to put all this Sky Scale stuff in the game, okay? It should be able to support that on its own, and it should be able to support the playtime and the retention, all that stuff on its own. I'm not against them adding more story and collections and direct stuff too. You know, have both if you like, but you don't have to go to such extremes, you know. Anyway, that's just sort of how I feel about that. The achievement system is robust. The achievement system is trying to do about 100 things that they've never managed to sort out properly with other things. So, by the way, you see this tab here, PvP Heroes? We've got 2 of those we don't own, so I'm wondering if we should grab those. Joe, we just crashed. And we crashed out of Guild Wars. But I actually had an error in OBS as it happened. So I took a screenshot of it and I'll show you it after the stream's over. My chat overlay is bugged. Oh, it is. Okay, that might have been what crashed because it said that it was one of those things. Interesting. Okay. So, chat bugged. That's weird. Let's have a look at game. If I turn chat off and then back on. Yeah, chat's just broken. I guess it's not moving anymore. There's been loads of messages since then. Loads. And they're still coming. Like every second. So, I will just hide that for now, I guess. Alright, we'll figure that out, Cho. Definitely something weird just happened with oh, wait. Right click, clear cache. Properties. I don't see a clear cache button. I see, oh no, I do. Refresh cache of current page. Yeah, I just refreshed the cache and it didn't update. It's no big deal. We'll just have chat off for the rest of the stream. It's no big deal. Okay, right. So I don't remember where we go. I guess I'll just keep going towards the POI because we weren't actually at the egg, were we? So yeah, anyone watching the VOD, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to see exactly who I'm responding to anymore. What I'll try and do is just read the full questions out and whatnot. I should have helped him kill this Will-O-Wisp. Rocker says, to be honest, I really like the Sky Scale collection, except for the time gate part. The first day is a bit tedious, but especially the altar days are pretty well done. Alright, well, cool. So it's only up from here, I guess, then, right? And I don't think this is that bad, but I've paced myself, right? I've done 1 a day. Not even 1 a day. It's been a week since the patch came out, and I'm only just doing the 3rd. But, you know, I've resolved sometimes. Basically, I've logged in, and I've said, all right, today I'll do this one. I've not said to myself, oh, I'm going to do all of it all at once, you know. And so it's pretty nice. It's returned me to the map on repeat days, and I've enjoyed it. And so if it's this kind of playstyle the devs are aiming at, then go for it. And there is a bit of a thing as well, I think, where the players who all cram it out in 1 day are also going to be... Oh, apparently you can just move east and grab this next one. Apparently it's near a tree or something. Are also the players that are, you know, most active on the forums and stuff. So it could be that there's a ton of people doing it I mean, remember, on day 1, efficiency only reported 30 people getting it on day 1. Oh, it's literally right here. So it could just be, and I know this sounds like a cop-out, and I always get a bit irritated when people say this as though, you know, it means we can ignore everything people say on the forums and Reddit. Because it's not quite that case. You know, you should listen to the really dedicated players. But it could be one of those situations, you know, where maybe the implementation's fine. It just burns the really dedicated, grind-oriented, you know, day 1 players. But maybe they don't mind ticking those people off too much, you know. Their gem store money is worth just as much as everyone else's. I was going to say smells the same, but that made me think of that thing about everyone's shit smells the same or whatever, right? Okay, so we go over here now. Have I seen anything about Dauntless? No. What's happened with Dauntless? Type me a message in full, Jericho. I'm curious about that. Oh, unless it's like some drama I don't want to know about. WP, what's my account value? It's a good question. That was some. Oh, Cho, if you're still in chat, that was something I was thinking might be kind of cool to put on our overlays. You know how we have achievement points on there? What about putting account value on there? Because that one actually looks really fun, and that kind of actually shows how far forwards I am. Because I think I'm like top 200 account value. I'm on efficiency right now, guys. It's crawling the leaderboard. I'll tell you what it looks like in a second. Okay, my account value right this second is 279,000 golds. 659. Actually, I'm not in top 300. I think I lost a lot of value recently. I'm top 500 now. Oh, dear. But yeah, so that might be a cool one to do, actually. Would you like leaderboard position? No. Leaderboard position. I don't really care about leaderboard position. It's just that's just a fun little flavor thing. And it's the kind of number that a new stream viewer is unlikely to sort of really have any real reference for. So they'll see it and they'll just think, wow, WP's amazing. You know, the fact that there's 500 people higher than me means it's not really that impressive, I guess. But to someone who's just tuned in, it's just going to look really cool. Yeah, it's still less than the top 0.1%, so, you know, it's cool. But again, it's not... Master is not really... I don't really want this to be a comparison of my account to other people's. It's just my own personal, hey, let's try and get everything kind of thing. I'm not really interested at all in anyone else. Bit narcissistic, but there you go. Southwest in Mosswood, and that's why some of the, like, the leaderboard and stuff is less interesting to me. Because I could have said, oh, you got to be top 1 leaderboard for every single adventure at least once, you know. But where is that logged? What does that really matter? There's only 2 left, so let's go to... Some of these previews are so big, it's hard to sort of tell. I think we're about here. It's about there. Also, he can't beat Boots. Well, I've never really tried to beat Boots, but his adventure series definitely did show he has the chops for some of that stuff. He did really well on some of those adventures. In a lot of ways, I think he's much more impressive with that series than anyone gives him credit for. You know, I think he really sunk his teeth into some of those and did super well. It's a shame we haven't had a new adventure on this map. You know, it would have been cool to have one. And it would have been cool for him to have been able to do a video on it. I think ever since the roller beetle races, there's just not... Like, we didn't even discuss it on this patch. We were for a little while being like, oh yeah, I wonder what the new adventure will be. But then it was like, oh, it's just roller beetle races. And, oh, it's just the Super Adventure Book ones are just literally beating the map. So, whatever. And, you know... Oh, that was it. I was going to do an infantile mode thing. And I was going to do a blue coins thing. And I never did those series in the end. All right, the final egg... We are here. Somewhere in the Omakan camp. Alright. Oh, I just heard the quest complete noise, which I'm pretty sure is a donation sound effect, isn't it? Oh. Oh, do you know what? I actually have an error message saying OBS is crashed right now on my screen. I'm really scared to click yes or no to it. I'm really scared. Okay, wait. So let me... Skills to efficiency. Stream elements. And yeah, Ratchet has got a very good point, guys. We have a roller beetle race in the guild hall today. Ratchet, tell me in chat, is it 8 o'clock tonight or is it 6 o'clock? I can't remember. Cherokee, let's try a donation train. One can only try. Listen, I really like that idea. I doubt you're going to be able to get one going, especially considering I'm about to stop streaming. OBS seems pretty scary right now as well. We're going to get this last egg and that'll pretty much be it for today's master. But thank you, dude. I really appreciate that. $5. Look, guys, if you want to do that, you got to, like, synchronize with people. You've got to, like... You can't try it every day. You have to, like, wait a month or something. You have to wait ages, and you have to have me do something worthwhile. I don't know whether that will ever happen. And then you have to, like, whisper each other, and you have to be like, oh, let's try it. Okay, look, we've got 5 different people. We'll do that. And then you try, right? But, you know, just going on your own, I don't think it will ever happen, because otherwise the ball won't get run. Just to be clear how hard that would be to do, all right? And obviously, I'm incentivized to encourage you to do it, but just to be clear how daunting the task is, I think I've had 2 ever. 2, all right? So, yeah. It's 7 p.m. UK time. Okay, it's 7 p.m., so to put that in context of hours, if you're live here right now, guys... We're going to be doing a big event with giveaways and all kinds of fun stuff in exactly 8.5 hours? 9.5 hours. 9.5 hours, I think it is. I think it's 9.5. What on earth am I doing? I've come way too far away here, haven't I? And now I'm in combat. Now this guy's going to do that, so I just brought forwards. Oh, I was out of combat for a second there. Last egg is... It's in the shadow of, like, this mountain here. This is where it is. Oh. So let's just go back to the camp and do that. Yeah, okay. It's at 1800 server time. It's at 7 o'clock for British summertime, which is where I am. It's at 8 o'clock in the evening for Central European time. Or European summertime. Central European summertime. Fucking time zones. Oh, there it is. It's up in that brazier up there. Oh, yeah, it's not brazier. It's Grant's crown. Nice. Try the waterfall achievement. It's got 10 out of 10 hints. Pretty sure you'll love it. Yeah, maybe I'll do that tomorrow, actually. Maybe that'll be something we do. I mean, I'm going to want to keep coming back to the map and doing stuff on the map, so... Okay, so with this done, sky scale eggs complete. We get these eggs as an item, I guess. Newborn sky scale. And finally, return to Gorick in Dragonfall after collecting all of the eggs. So, we're at the moment. It's kind of cool that the achievement finished with us near Gorick again, so you don't have to travel too far. That's going to kill the raptor, so... Whoa, that was really weird. Did you guys see that? I hit the ground and took the CC from the raptor and the CC on myself. But I hit the mastery at the same time. So I launched myself into the air at the same time as being knocked down. And then when I landed, the knockdown executed again. That timing was very odd. My Dauntless extra info is just a bit above. Okay, well, hold on. Let me get to Gorick. Because if I try and scroll through chat while I'm doing this, it's going to be a pain in the ass. I'll tell you what, they are masters at holding you in combat on this map. Look at this. There's no way of breaking. Do you think this is them screaming at me to tell me to participate in combat? Hello, Gorick. Okay, wait. Oh, shit, dialogue. We've actually had no dialogue slider on today. Is he going to say it again?
I'm okay. I'm okay. Where were we?
All right, let me record this little bit. Actually, I guess I won't because it's not doing it for some reason.
I'm okay. I'm okay. Where were we?
Okay, show me my progress. We're at the last bit.
I'm okay. I'm okay. Where were we?
I'm getting some Final Fantasy vibes here. Just constantly speaking to the same guy, getting the same dialogue. All right, next step for the eggs. Of course, right. I'll find a safe... Why is he all perturbed now? I'll find a safe place to nest them, somewhere clean, ideally climate controlled, and let you know when they're settled. All right, you've done good work here today, Commander. Spared a species from the abyss Though it's not as flashy as slaying an elder dragon or a god, this is still a substantial achievement. I'll be in touch just as soon as I've found a suitable location for our ad hoc hatchery. And talk to Timey. I've hit something of an impasse and could use her expertise. I love your optimism. Keep me apprised, Gorik. Apprised? Do you know what that word makes me think of? I'm going to ask you guys in chat. What TV show does the word apprised make you think of? What TV show said the word apprised more than any other you've ever seen? That's right. I'm dictating to you your own experiences of life right now. Oh, you have the mini Griffin. Nice. How hard was that to get? Did it take a long time? Was it a pain in the ass? WP, where will the hatchery be, do you think? I think I know where it is. I think it's in the Sun's Refuge, isn't it? I think I actually know that. Snaff surprise, reality. Alright, Star Trek The Next Generation. Picard was always telling people to keep him apprised, alright? And it's becoming quite archaic language, I feel, honestly. I love the word, though. I think it's cool. Jersey Shore. Alright, okay, what was this? Okay, so let's go up here. Let's go here. Norgrav says he got it randomly. I think I did it after you did all the Path of Fire Griffin achievements. You got gold on all of them and got the Griffin during that. Okay, interesting. Alright, okay, so the Dauntless thing. Oh, it's been updated real nice, and I think it's complete now. It's really fun, and the character creation lets you pick a dad and a mum to make your character look like it. I think it's a really nice idea, plus the gameplay seems super fun. Okay, oh, I see you spammed that a couple of times, Cherokee. Alright, well, we'll see what we can do. Okay, alright, can I just remind everyone, just very importantly here, we have a roller beetle race in a few hours online, and we will be running that in the guild hall. You can join us in Discord right now, and you'll get like a ping when it happens, and you'll know all the people that are around when it happens, and everything that's going on. It will all be there. Keep an eye on my YouTube channel, because seriously, in just a few minutes, hopefully. Well, no, it's going to be a while because I have to wait for it to process. That video is going to be there. It's an hour and 20 minutes long. It's got all this awesome cutting in it and stuff. I know you guys will enjoy it. It'll be up as soon as possible. And yeah, maybe I'll go have a look at some Ghost of Ascalon and stuff if I can. That might be really nice. All right, I should really practice the races a bitch. Yeah, maybe should. And hopefully I can get boots around too. All right, guys. I will see you all later. Take it easy, guys. Yes, it's possible to join the guild. Go to Discord.